Arsenal and Liverpool have been humbled and embarrassed respectively, and here today I will share my thoughts on the two games that happened the past few days and why I think that one of them has been humbled and one of them has been absolutely embarrassed. But before we get started, if you can all like the video, that'll be very grateful, and subscribe if you're new. We'll try and get up to 10 subscribers. It's been like that for a long time, so with your support, liking and sharing and subscribing, I can achieve that, and I want to achieve many more goals in the future. So do that, please. And without further ado, now let's get started in one of the games, being Newcastle and Arsenal. Arsenal before Saturday's game against Newcastle were in a patch of form. Basically, they beat Sheffield United 5-0, standard. Nketiah's in the room, scoring a hat-trick. And then on the Wednesday, when they had to play West Ham in the Carabao Cup, it all went sideways and horribly wrong, crashing out in embarrassing fashion. 3-1. They were absolutely shocking that night, and they deserved to go out. And it kind of humbled them because Arsenal do not take that cup seriously, and one fan in particular had a very bad meltdown, and so he should, because this is embarrassing from Arsenal. And well, we're going to talk about this now. So it's around 60 something minute. I don't know the top of my head. So the substitute Willock came on, who ironically used to play for Arsenal, and what rumoured to be the ball was slightly out of play. There was a bit of a complaining, but he took the cross. Joe Linton was there. Gabriel Magalhaes was on the ground, and then Anthony Gordon with a tap in, making it 1-0. And following that was a lengthy VAR check to see if the goal is perfect, and they determined that the ball did not go out of play when Willock got it. Joe Linton did not foul Gabriel, and Gordon was not in an offside position. And what happened for the rest of the game? Arsenal did absolutely nothing. They could not create chances. They're very wasteful. They just pass it backwards and sideways, being so pathetic. And it was over. Arsenal lose for the first time this season in the Premier League. And I'm going to talk about this now. I'm going to talk about Arteta's comments. He's what he's trying to say is like, Arsenal have been suffering for like this for too long, and he thinks that it's just Arsenal who only gets it. No, you don't. No. It happens for every club. Remember when Liverpool against Spurs a few weeks ago, horrendous decisions, and they went down to 9 men and they lost last minute. Remember that game? Liverpool went for far worse position than Arsenal in that game, and Arteta has absolutely gone ballistic about it. I'm just going to say my opinion on the goal. beIN Sports released an image, like animated image of what the ball would look like if in that situation the ball was just in play, just meaning that it was allowed to continue. And the foul on Joe Linton, Gabriel, if you watch it in slow motion, then I can understand it is a foul, and that's what VAR checks should do. They go from slow motion, they don't see the whole action of play, and that's where the decision was made. I thought it was the correct decision, not because I hate Arsenal. It's generally because I thought it was a valid goal, and it was perfect. Perfect goal. Newcastle deserve it. They defended really well that day. Yeah. So I'm happy for Newcastle. Again, they were without a bunch of players: Isak, Tonali, Barnes, Botman. They're missing a lot of players basically, and Arsenal only missed out passing Jesus, Gabriel Jesus, but that Newcastle missed far more players through injury and suspension. And what they did humbled Arsenal. Arsenal have been humbled. The mouthy fans who do not wake up and taste reality. And I'm going to say this now. This will be the end of Arteta at Arsenal. If they crash out of the Champions League, and especially do not win the league just like last season, he has to go. He has to go, man. They can't keep going trophyless and lowering the standards for this long. With the great history that they've had, no Champions Leagues for a club like Arsenal is absolutely embarrassing. And now I'm going to share my thoughts on the Arteta comments. Regarding the comments that Arteta made, he told the BBC the result should not be what it is. It's a disgrace. It's embarrassing what happened. How the goal stands in the Premier League, the league we say is the best league in the world. I have been 20 years in this country and now I feel ashamed. He also went on to say this: if there was a team looking to win the game today, it was Arsenal. The outcome is nowhere near the level this league needs to have, and the way this league is getting competed in is not good enough here in the Premier League. I feel embarrassed to be part of this. And following these comments, Arsenal released this statement. Arsenal Football Club wholeheartedly supports Mikel Arteta's post-match comments after getting more unacceptable refereeing and VAR errors on Saturday evening. We'd also like to acknowledge the huge effort and performance from our players and travelling supporters at St James's Park. The Premier League is the best league in the world, with the best players, coaches and supporters, all of whom deserve better. PGMOL urgently needs to address the standards of officiating and focus on action, which moves us all from retrospective analysis, attempted explanations and apologies. We support the ongoing efforts of Chief Refereeing Officer Howard Webb, and we welcome working together to achieve a world-class officiating standards our league demands. I mean, the statement from Arsenal is that there's some wrong things. They felt like they should have won the game, which is absolutely a lie. Absolute lie. They did not create chances. They were terrible on goal. And the defending, nah. David Ray's positioning was a joke for that cross. Yeah, they got too clumsy. Goalkeepers and Ramsey and Raya. Tottenham have actually dodged a bullet with him because Vicario is actually decent. Yeah. I mean, if it was like a big major error, which I don't think it was that major, and I can understand them crying, but you blaming the referee instead of that terrible performance on Saturday, that's what gets me the nerve with Arsenal. That absolutely gets the nerve with Arsenal. And they deserve to be humbled. Okay, they deserve to be humbled. They cry a lot. They blame referees, but they do not blame the manager and the players for that shocking performance on Newcastle. And that's why I said they were humbled. They're so mouthy. They talk too much basically, and they deserve this. And yeah, we'll see what happens with the Champions League against Sevilla. We'll see what happens with that game. If Arsenal get knocked out of the Champions League, which is still a possibility. It is still a possibility. They could get knocked out and their season could be an absolute mess. Which I can really see happening. So, we'll see what happens with Arsenal. But they just overreacted that. I know we're going to move on to Liverpool's game against Luton. And my oh my, Darwin Núñez. How did you miss from that? How did you miss from that? If they would score first, that would have been... Liverpool would have won that. I do not see Luton coming back. But Luton taking the lead on a counter-attack from Chong, the former Man United youngster who failed there. scoring his first goal for Luton against Liverpool. Fair play, man. Fair play. And the defense was rock solid. The keeper was brilliant, making crucial saves. And then Diaz came on, and he scored like the 90th minute with a header. And it was a touching moment. This is a really touching moment when he dedicated his goal to his father, who has unfortunately been kidnapped. Is still in hostage, basically, and I hope he gets released. I really hope he gets released and gone back to his family, because no one should going through this. No one should be going through this trauma that Luis Diaz is going through, and I hope he gets out safely when the time comes. And that result for Liverpool, I expected to win. I expected Liverpool to win, just like they did against Nottingham Forest last year when they lost. I expect them to win these type of games, but yeah, Luton would have had the result of their history. And I'm afraid that in the 95th minute, Liverpool did score. But I did see it coming, though. But nobody should take away the work that Luton have been doing. They are massively exceeding expectations, or certainly from my expectations, having them finish 19th. But but they got Man United next. Away. And depending on what Man United do against Copenhagen, if they win United, then maybe losing have a slim chance. But if United absolutely crumble apart and looking likely to crash out of the Champions League, then maybe they can beat them at Old Trafford, and I will not be surprised. But well done, Luton. You nearly had a result of your history. If Darwin Núñez couldn't score from that, or even in the Europa League, where he hit the post from an open goal, but luckily Gravenberch scored. This can't continue as well. We can't miss these chances. You cannot miss these chances. And Liverpool, I expect much better from them. That's why this is an embarrassing result. A draw to Luton is embarrassing for Liverpool. I don't care what anyone says, scoring the 90th minute. That was embarrassing from Liverpool. They should be ashamed of that performance. And of course, Luton should deserve all the credits. This should be all about Luton, but the namesake, Liverpool have been embarrassed, and Arsenal have been humbled. And that's where I'm going to leave it today. We'll see what happens. I'm going to upload tomorrow about Spurs and Chelsea. What a game that was. So I'll give my reaction to that game tomorrow. And maybe Champions League reaction. But we'll see what happens with that. So once again, I'm going to end it here now. Thank you for watching the video. Do not forget to like and share and subscribe to the channel if you are new around here. And I'll see you tomorrow, hopefully, for another video. I'm out.